Welcome to the Savvy Singers TV, SSTV. I'm your host, Marlon Bailey, and we're about educating, empowering, and entertaining. And today we would like to stay a little bit on the entertainment side, and our guest in studios today is one that is going to shed some light, all right, and crossing the genres of music, all right, and mixing it up a little bit. And I'm so honored and privileged to have on set with us today Marlon Samuel. Welcome, sir. How are you doing?
Great.
Great. Nice. I see the little colors. I think good. So Marlon, tell us, who is Marlon Samuel?
Well, Marlon Samuel is a humble guy.
Right.
Right. I'm originally from San Fernando.
Right.
Right. About 20-something years now, I'm living in Port of Spain.
All right.
Right. I'm married with 2 children.
Nice.
And a grandchild.
Oh, your grandpa. Nice. How soon have you been a grandpa?
Well, he's a little over 2 years.
Nice.
A handful.
They always bring some kind of, well, I'm not a grandfather, but you know, you hear the stories. They always bring something different dynamics to the family.
Of course,
yeah?
He's a joy. Yeah.
Excellent. So I like the family background. Your family plays a lot of part in your ministry as well.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, they go in part. Yeah,
of course. Yeah, because one of my mantra is actually, you know, empowering and being an example to other families. Right, so my wife and I and my kids, right, so we are heading down that road to actually, you know, empower and be a blessing to other families.
Right. Empower and be a blessing to other families. Now, Marlon is also a gospel artist, songwriter.
Yeah.
All right. And bringing that dynamics. I know we are on the Savvy Singers TV show, and you are also part of the PRV and Performing Arts Academy. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your connection with the school.
Well, Coach Shelley, I knew her for over, let me say, probably about 20-something years, right? I'm not going to tell you my age.
I see some people trying to do the calculations.
We met 20-something years ago, and we were actually friends. During that period, you know, we grew a little closer. And for some time, you know, we just drove apart. And you know, I was going through the Facebook looking for a vocal school. Right? And skimming through, I saw Shelley.
Hey, I know this person.
Wait now, Shelley. Yeah, and she started to introduce the school and what the school is about and all this kind of thing. And I saw the number. But I said, well, I have to get in contact with her.
Definitely.
You understand? I called her, and from there, connected back.
Nice. And you're going through the ranks of the school.
Yeah.
You know, the basic, the
So the level that I am on, well, I actually graduated from the basic, so I'm going actually into the other level right now.
Right. Excellent. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And you continue to move. And this is all part of the desire to enhance your gift.
Of course.
All right?
Yeah.
So take us a little bit into the gift that God has given you to be that blessing.
Okay.
All right?
Could I moonwalk back to how I started?
Sure. Do your thing.
Well, actually I started writing about, as I say, 20-something years ago, right?
That's about 320-something we had here, so do your maths, right?
Yeah, and how I started up, it was because of a girl. Right, I'd really liked this girl. It wasn't my wife, right?
You're going into some trouble.
Yeah. And I wrote a poem for her. And probably people may say it was probably a bad thing, but God was actually using me then.
Right.
I don't know if to say it was a good thing. I would say probably yes, I would say it was a good thing because I didn't get through the girl.
Right.
And thank God I didn't because I had met my wife.
You met your wife,
right?
No, exactly.
So I wrote the poem for her.
Right.
And probably about a year after, the Express had a competition to write something for your mother, for Mother's Day.
Right.
I entered, I came third.
Right.
But my mom, she wasn't in the country. So at that time, my wife, we were dating.
Right.
And we took the gift. So she enjoyed the gift on behalf of my mother.
Okay.
Right? And from there, I was working at Royal Bank at that point in time. And every year they had a calypso competition. And I started to write calypso.
Okay.
And started to sing.
Right.
And during that process, I had given my life to Christ.
Yes,
and I had transformed from writing secular
right.
to start to write to glorify God.
Right. And this is still within the calypso, genre.
Calypso genre. And, you know, God is moving in mysterious way. You know, growing up with my grandparents, I grew up with my grandparents, you know, like ever so often, this will always have us looking at the traditional, you know, different culture
right.
shows and things. Like we had the Indian variety, we had Master Bahar, we had Scouting for Talent,
right.
and all this kind of thing. And so I had a passion for music and a passion for different types of music, but not understanding that I was going down the road of chutney.
Right.
Right? So, you know, God has placed an Indian girl in my life, right? And then when I started to write the calypso, one day in church, our choir sang a chutney, and then God convicted me right there.
Right.
I asked God, I said, could I do something like that? He said, okay, when you reach home, right? So when I reached home, I wrote my first chutney song, which was Bye-Bye to Satan.
Right.
Right? And then from there, I started to do more into it.
Right. Now, if you follow Marlon Samuel and understand what he's saying, the transition, crossing of the genres, right, from calypso to now full-fledged chutney gospel music.
Yeah.
And as you continue to minister and the passion to where this is, now I've seen your performances and you go all out.
Yeah.
You go all out.
Yeah.
So tell us, you know, the story behind, you know, doing the costuming. And it's not just singing a song or going on the stage, but you want to create a story. All right? So tell us about the birthing of that.
All right. As I say, right, in the first instance would have started in church, right? And, you know, sometimes we say that we love other different
ethnicities.
So to actually prove, if I say that I have $1 million, right? Now, to really prove that I have $1 million, I have to either show you it, you would see it based on my lifestyle. You understand? Clothes, my house, whatever I'm doing. So if I am saying that I love a different race, how do I prove that?
Right.
So basically, it's diving into the chutney arena. My wife is an Indian.
Right.
The music, of course, I love the food. Right? Love the food. Right? So all of these things are showing that, yes, this guy really have a passion for Indian people. I'm not just saying that as a Christian.
Right.
So you actually seen it in my lifestyle.
Right.
So sometimes with my performances, you would see me in the Indian garbs.
Yes.
I would have the Indian dancers to complement.
To complement the message.
The message.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not just a choice, but it's a mission.
Of course.
A mission to reach a certain sector.
Of course.
A part of the whole.
Yeah.
So you are directing your ministry and your gifting towards that culture.
Of course.
Yes. And how has it been for you when you first came out and did your first chutney song?
Well, the first time I performed in church, it's like, wow. The whole church just went off, right?
Right.
I mean, people would have believed that probably would have been just one song and that would have been it.
Right.
But because of the direction that God has, have me going, right? People realize that, hey, this guy is serious. Right? And then, of course, I said that I had married an Indian girl.
Right.
So basically, as an African person,
that's right,
diving into something like that, it sends a strong message.
Right.
And I am staying on that line.
Right. Definitely. And would you say, even going into that, because every culture has its background of its origin, so the spiritual aspect of that and dealing with where it came from and fusing it in the gospel and an African guy diving into this. Was it challenging? Did you meet any type of challenges?
I would say no. I mean, after when people realized that I was actually serious, it became a little more easier.
Right.
But you know, like every time people would have seen me, is that God, he and this chutney thing, and he and this chutney thing. You understand? So I mean, I never allowed that to take root in me. I had a mission, right, in terms of spreading the love through my music and my lifestyle to show that that we as African people, we as Indian people, we could actually merge and live together.
Right.
So my mantra is to carry on that love, to show the love.
We're just one people.
Huh?
We're just one people. We're just one people.
Of course.
And I love it. And I see your performances, and I see the how you go, you know, and like I said, the whole production of what you do.
Yeah.
What does it take to create a set? I mean, get the dancers in uniform to synchronize with the message of that particular song.
Yeah.
How much work does it go into the rehearsals and all these different things?
Well, the thing about it is that, I mean, you know, a lot of times when I do things is that revelation comes after, right? God will give me a song, and based on that song, revelation came after, right? So the performances, right? When revelation comes to me concerning the performances, well, the Indian dancers, well, one of the girl is my wife's niece, right? So it's very easy to connect because of the family, you know, connection. Right. So I would call her and I would say that, you know, especially her name is Simon from Simon Dance Academy. I would say, you know, based on this song, I would send her this song and tell her that, you know, I want to do something based on it. I'll have certain moves to the song.
Right.
And, you know, videotape it, send it to her and tell her, well.
So you will have the moves?
Yeah, well, certain moves that I really want to identify with, to put a mark on, I would actually videotape it, send it to her and say, incorporate this into something.
So God will give you the moves, you will create, you're choreographing the scene and everything. So it's God downloads the entire package.
Yeah.
And because he's sending you forward,
of course,
and he's loading you with the gift, to impact lives. Tell me some of the testimonies that you would have gotten after your performances, after you relaunch your music and stuff out there.
Well, a lot of people, I mean, like the first time that I actually performed, right? As I said, I thought people were saying, you know, this African guy, you know. But what related to me is that we had people from the different race, the Indian race, came up to me and said, well done.
Right.
And based on that now, it had ignited, you understand, a fire in me to actually go even further, right? And based on these things, it shows that, you know, God is actually doing a work to allow people to embrace what I am doing. So we need more people like me, right? To go out and launch into the world to show the love of God.
Yes.
And based on that love, a lot of people will be empowered based on that.
Excellent, excellent. I love it, Marlon. And I know even following you, you always have a message. You always have something to say to empower folks. Yeah. And I want you at this time to look into that camera there, and I want you to speak to the hearts of all our viewers. Yes, and tell them the heart of God in this season.
Well, first and foremost, I want to let you know that Jesus Christ loves you. He's there for you. If you haven't given your life to him, now is the time. And I want to say that, well, you are hearing my age, right? Age is just a number, right? And when God placed something in your heart, is that you can do it. Don't allow the age, don't allow disability, nothing to get in the way, because God has downloaded what he wants in you. And once he asks you for something, which means that you can do it. Don't ever give up on your dream, because the day that you give up, that is probably the day that you could get through. You have it within you. Go for it. Don't give up. Jesus loves you.
You have it in you. Don't give up. Go for it. Jesus loves you. Marlon, really thank you for being with us. And I know even as we continue having this discussion and we look at where you are, where you started from and where you are now, tell us what's next for Marlon Samuel, the ministry. What is God showing you now?
Well, I mean, there's about 4 songs that I have, I would say, on ice, right? But there's one particular song that God is actually pushing forward. I don't want to actually divulge that yet, right? But as I say, my main mission is to empower people and look out to be empowered. Now, my wife, my family, we are there to help empower and motivate. So look out for more motivational videos. Look out. And I want to say a thanks to PRVM, right? Shelley has taught me a lot for the little time that I was actually there. Well, we all know it's not only the vocals, and in terms of performances, you know, how you actually carry about yourself on stage, holding positions, all these kind of things. You know, Shelley has taught me a lot, and I am thanking God for allowing me to reach to PRVM, sorry, so that I could actually excel even more. Shelley, Akwi, thank you very much.
Yes, kudos going out to the PRVM Performing Arts Academy. And I love what you said there. So right as we kind of wrap up, now you would say that your training in the vocal school, the academy, would add, you know, enhance your ministry on stage, off stage, preparing, all right? Tell you the do's and the don'ts. What is one thing you say that you would have learned so far that you will take with you in the performance aspect?
Well, one of the things that I had stood out to me, I should say, is that while performing, Shelley will always say, don't ever rush the performance.
Right.
You know, sometimes, you know, we have people like maybe taking out pictures. So if you have certain positions, hold your position, give them the opportunity to take out
capture that moment.
Capture that moment. And that was one of the things that actually stood out to me a lot, amongst other things.
Yes.
But, you know, these are one of the stuff that actually stood out to me.
That you would take with you. Yes, and moving forward. So yes, we have Marlon Samuel on the set of the Savvy Singers TV show, and we are so elated at this time. We heard so much from him. We heard, you know, to believe in yourself, and even as a young man in the industry, you know, braving to cross genres, ethnicity, bringing those cultures together and still representing the way God tells him to represent in the face of the naysayers and in the face of everybody that may think you don't have a place there. And I believe as children of God, we have a place anywhere that God has sent us, right? Because we are there to bring that empowerment. We are there to shed the light. We are there to impact the lives of others. And Marlon is doing that in his unique way. And I mean, fashion, everything, full work. So look out for him. Tell us some of the handles that they can find you on social media.
Okay, Facebook, Marlon Samuel. My phone number is 336-0669. That's 336-0669. You could find me also on IG, Marlon Samuel, right, 9054. Right, you could actually go on YouTube. You would see some of my songs, my videos, and I also have a motivational video that, yes, you can. So you can visit that and look at it to be empowered by it.
Yes, you can. So thank you so much for viewing with us today on the Savvy Singers TV, SSTV. Remember, keep your head up, and the only person that can stop you from achieving your goals and your dreams is you. Yes, the man in the mirror. So let's go out, maximize every moment that we have, and live productive, live out our dreams, live out our purpose, and impact the world. Love you. Thank you for viewing.